Today, from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Miami Dolphins.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Throwing on first down. Britt. And his first look is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively. That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's taken on the 25. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for Miami. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Dolphins on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive. That got him in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Looking to throw on second down. Britt, and great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Dolphins lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Britt. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the gun on 3rd down. Britt. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over. But he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. Yeah. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 36. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Pretty effective opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the touchdown run earlier, and if he pops more of these 10 to 20-yard carries, could be a long game.
Yeah, those types of explosive runs wear down a defense. I think they need to add more people to the box, closer to the line of scrimmage, force them to throw the football, and see if they can slow them down that way.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
It's over. Let's dominate.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point right down the middle, and it is 28-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually...
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise. Me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. On the draw, this is Love. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Britt. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there for the Raiders. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Britt. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off around the 41. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
On first down, Richardson. And he's got his big tight end here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He's settling in nicely here in the first quarter running the football. Remember, he already has the touchdown run.
And you can feel the vibe, can't you? He's in unison with his offensive front. They are in concert together. So if you're flipping over to the other side of the line of scrimmage, they've got to be more physical and handle some of these gaps that have been created.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins open the lead up to 34-0. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
To throw on 2nd down, Britt. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This is taken at the 23. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Richardson. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 42-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Britt firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They turn to Love on the handoff. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. On 1st down, here's Love. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run on 1st down. Love, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Britt. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st and 10, Britt. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback. Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just 1 play resulting in the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Britt. He finds his man, complete. It's Love. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. When you're you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now for Love. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. From the gun, Britt. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a handoff here to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. Extra point forthcoming. And the route is on here in this first half. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 41 yards on the ground for him so far. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Britt. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Here's Richardson throwing on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Here's 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And his kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Britt. He finds his man. Complete. That's Love. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yard. Back near the 40 at the 39. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Back to throw again. Ball had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The passing game not in sync. early, and now it's 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Going for the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the route is on here in this 1st half. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this 1st half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Throwing on 1st down. Britt. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for only a couple.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Britt. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Saints who have the lead in the 2nd quarter. The Saints seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we head up to the Pacific Northwest. Check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. The Jets are still holding on as the win gets them to 9-6 now on the year with 1 game to go. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the 2nd half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts. Touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl? Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On the give, this is their fullback. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2nd and 16. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Now's a good chunk of yardage picked up there. And the big fella, sometimes he doesn't need a whole lot of space created. He can make his own way.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Oh, he's going to go for it all. That is caught by Mitchell. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height, or even speed. They use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken in at the 22. So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 59 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you're thinking, man, the fullback's probably going to get the ball. But when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 1st down, Turner. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Seven yards left for second down. Ball at the 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching, and he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw. Britt. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Britt. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Love. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Britt. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to face a third down. Operating from the gun, Britt. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. On first down, Britt. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 65 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And to give this time to the tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. A try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. From the gun, Britt. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. From the gun on third down. Britt. And that will be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and he'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And again this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Miami, they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they run their mark to 15-0 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.